you. Yeah, yo. There whenever it matters, and even more when you feel like it doesn't. Protect you so you never feel like you wasn't. Know I'm right alongside you. Either that or I'm behind you, but always got you. End of discussion, nothing means more. First one to offer is shoulders for what you reach for. Thought I saw the eyes of the world until I seen yours. And know that I ain't see a better view yet. I'm with whatever, so don't ever you fret. Know that you covered, not a hurdle or a heartbreak. A change what a partake, cause none of them won't ever get comfortable in your walkway. My job is to aware you, fully loaded, prepare you for all of the above that I'm never letting get near you. But still in all, give you every advantage I found. Couldn't find a better fit for them, along with my crown. And since the baton was passed, I've been down. Cause failing's not an option, and dad is not a noun, not at all.
Welcome to another episode of Dad is Not a Noun. My name is Ishmael, changing the narrative for men of color fatherhood, as well as changing the narrative on the things I care about. And on this special happy holiday edition of the podcast, I have a special guest. And first, before I announce the special guest, I want to give a quick shout out for the organization for making this possible, for making this happen. The Real Dads Network. The Real Dads Network is the oldest nonprofit organization in dedicating empowering dads. They're based out of New York. They do phenomenal work. They have many initiatives like the colon cancer outreach program, from the daddy-daughter dance, Real Dads Week, as well as the very popular Real Dads Club. And what the Real Dads Club is, started back at 2010. And it's an initiative to give a space for Black men to come together, and they would meet at a location and just talk, build bread, and just be a place where they can go to. It's almost like the barbershop talk in a way. And then when the pandemic hit in 2020, they went virtual. And 2024 is now, and we're almost getting into 2025. So it's been almost 4 years they haven't missed a Thursday virtually of just creating this place for just Black men to just grow, to bond, and create a real family, which is a beautiful thing to see. So next year of April will be 5 years. 5 years of creating a safe space for Black men to go to. It's a beautiful thing. I would recommend you guys, if you need a place to go to check it out. If you want more information on the Real Dads Network, go to www.realdadsnetwork.org. The link will be in the description below, as well as they have a daddy-daughter dance coming up in February. If you want more information on that daddy-daughter dance, that link will be in the description below. And next year will be 13 years of doing the daddy-daughter dance. This is phenomenal work that they're doing. They're one of the pioneers of the daddy-daughter dance, which, again, it held in New York. So all that information will be in the description below. And on this special holiday special of That Is Not a Noun, I want to share interview I have with the amazing actor, singer, father, husband, award winner. You've seen him in Hamilton. He's been in many movies. So I had the opportunity to talk to Leslie Odom Jr. Yes, I had the opportunity to talk to him through the Real Dads Network. I asked him a couple of questions about fatherhood and other cool stuff. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. More importantly, make sure you support him too, because he just got finished with his Christmas tour recently. So support him as well as support the network and enjoy this conversation. I love you guys. If you love the content, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace. Mr. Odom, thank you for your time, for coming on and talking to the brothers. I do believe fatherhood is a work of art. So can you talk about how art and music helped you in your raising your kids?
Now, that's well said. I mean, I think that that the arts have made me a more empathetic human being. So I don't look at my children as much as I want they're as much as I want my children to be successful, and I want them to be successful, right? And that looks very that might look very different to me than it looked to my parents or previous generations. Anyway, I have empathy for them, and I want to get to know them. I don't assume that they're carbon copies of me and my wife. So I think creativity. I try to bring creativity to my parenting. I try to, yeah, bring a sense that bring a sense of improvisation, and where in improv class. I don't know if any of y'all took improv classes back in the day, you know, but that yes and I really try to bring that to my parenting. Somebody said, I love this. Before I had my first kid, um, I heard this thing that I just really love. They were like, their whole theory of parenting is the only time, I wish I could remember who said it, but he said the only time he says no to his kids is when it's for their safety.
Mm.
So if it whatever he made it a sort of his theory of parenting to be this permissive parent, to say yes. The only time he says no is when it's for their safety. So what that mean, I really took it on. So most of the time it means, like, when they ask me to play, when they ask me to do something, the answer is always yes. Lord knows plenty of the time I don't feel like it, but but I say yes, and it gets me, keeps me involved in their world. It keeps me learning. It keeps me engaged, and it also makes it so that when I do say no, the no's are rare. The no's are much rarer than when I was a kid. I got plenty of no's, but my kids get mostly yeses. So anyway.
No, no.
And that play it back.
Oh, just questions. My first question, you talked about service, and I do believe there's service and gratitude. So, can you give us like an aha moment for you when you realize you were in gratitude in your service, whether it's your family, whether just charity? And then the second question is, I know it's important to give children affirmation, but as well as being honest with them about the realities of the world.
Ooh. Well, y'all, I'm sure lots of y'all have older kids than I too. So shit, I'm learning. I have a 3 and a 7-year-old. So thank God I don't have to give my 7-year-old, 17-year-old lessons. So far I can handle the 7-year-old lessons, um, and we will grow up together. And hopefully I'll be ready, what I'm saying, like when the time comes. Because, for me, I just find that, like, man, I'm just trying to, like, maintain their trust right now, that we've built a lot of trust with one another. And I do that, we do that by telling each other the truth so far. There's not really, anyway, that was, I'm trying to maintain their trust and be able to tell them the truth, even when it hurts. That's I'm gonna try that. We're gonna see how that goes. So far, so good. They're super, like, this is what I mean. My son is 3. He's fucking 3. The day after the election, so I knew I was gonna have to have a conversation with my daughter because she's super aware of it. My son's 3, he don't know. So the day I come into his room, and I think I think I'm normal. Like, I think I'm just doing the thing. First thing, yes, he said, Dad, are you happy? The fuck you mean? Like, yeah. I say to him, of course, baby, every moment I spend with you, I'm happy. Right? So let it go. Right? I dodge it. A half hour later, dude is asking me again, Dad, are you happy? Like, he's like, bro, why are you lying to me? Like, I'm feeling your energy, bro. Then he went through these emotions. I'm kind of stuck, right? I'm thinking, and he said, are you angry? Are you sad? Or maybe just a little bit nervous? I kid you, on hand to God. I said, yeah, baby, I think I'm just a little bit nervous. He's asking me, why are you nervous? I said, well, this guy won the presidency and I don't think I can trust him, Anyway, and then he's like talking about cars again. But anyway, I'm trying to tell him the truth. I'm trying to just build a truthful relationship. I feel like, if we can do that, then I don't have to remember my lies, right? Like if we can just tell each other the truth, I don't got to remember all the lies. Yeah, me and my wife have an ongoing thing about Santa and shit. I'm like, that's like the only lie that I actively tell these kids. And I feel some type of way about it. I don't like it. I forget your other question, Ish, but
Oh, my first question is that, I do believe there's service and gratitude. You find gratitude and service. So tell me your aha moment when you were in gratitude.
so I think that I remember when I got to Los Angeles over 20 years ago, and I was looking for a mentor. Man, did I wanted somebody to talk to, because I knew that I wanted to do TV and film, and I wanted to do Broadway, and maybe even a little bit of music, and I couldn't find this mentor. And years later is because I realized I was looking for myself. There was the thing that I was looking for. I I am that thing now. There's bigger stars. I wasn't looking for a big star. I was looking for somebody that had a career like the one, thank God that I've been able to have for myself. And I couldn't find that person. And so the gratitude is now when I meet young brothers who are trying to do all those things, they know to call me. So I have a profound sense of gratitude when a young brother like Roman Banks, he's been on the road now with that MJ tour. He's so good. He plays MJ in that tour, the Michael Jackson tour. And there's, 4 or 5 other, young people in the arts that call me every few months just to ask me. They'll ask me about a contract, or they ask me, they want advice or whatever, and so I feel I'm just so grateful that that I've lived long enough to be the guy that I was looking for.